Okay, Shauna, take a seat. Take a seat.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Janet.
I'm Shauna.
And today we're going to teach you. What are we going to teach them? The top 10?
Well, it started as top 10. It turned into something completely different.
Yeah.
She will teach you something anyway.
The top 10, maybe the top 15 phrases that you need to know for life in Korea.
That's right.
In our opinion, you might disagree.
Exactly. What I think the most important thing is hello.
안녕하세요.
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 So that's hello in Korean. You will hear it everywhere when you arrive. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it.
And
안녕하세요.
if you don't get the hang of it, just bow.
Yeah.
And simmer. 안녕하세요. They get the drift.
Exactly. You bow when you arrive, bow when you leave, and you're pretty
sorted
to go.
That's it.
You don't even need this video.
We don't need a video. You just need to bow. Just learn to bow. You'll be sorted.
Yeah, so that's probably number one. So hello. Once you've got that, we're moving on to number two.
Yeah. Should we take a look at how to write it?
Yes.
Just in case?
Okay.
Here it is.
Here it is. At the top, you can see it.
안녕하세요. We even wrote it in English.
안녕하세요.
And there it is.
We're hoping you can read Korean by now, but you know, if you haven't, take 15 minutes and learn it. Yeah.
It's done. Right?
So 안녕하세요. You got it. You got it.
Fantastic.
We're done.
That right. Throw that away there.
Now, if you don't want to learn Korean, then you only need one phrase. The other phrase we thought is quite important. Not if you don't want to learn, but if you're struggling at the start and you want to tell people who are constantly talking to you and babbling to you in Korean and you don't have a clue what they're saying, the most important phrase
is 한국어 잘 못해요. I don't speak Korean well. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't say this. This defeats the purpose of telling them that you don't speak Korean well. If you bust this out, they will be
they'll be really impressed.
They'll be so impressed. 한국어, which is Korean. 잘 is good, but 못해요 means not so good. So it means I can't speak Korean well.
Yeah, they might start speaking to you in Korean if you say this because they're going to presume you have a little bit of Korean at least.
Yeah.
But it's a good one, and often in the taxis they start talking to you and babbling, and it's good to just put that out there. If you can't remember all of that, you could just be like 한국말 없어요.
Yeah, that's pretty good one.
You could just be like 한국말 없어요.
없어요.
Nothing. Don't have.
Nothing.
Don't have.
없어요 is not like it's a negative. Like I don't have
negative.
It's a negative.
Negative.
It's a negative. No.
없어요.
No.
Yeah, actually people use that a lot.
They do.
Yeah. Like my students, pencil 없어요. No pencil. Teacher, no pencil. No pencil.
없어요.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's a very good one to have. That's a good one to have. Now, moving on to the next one. It's pretty simple, but it was one of the biggest problems I encountered in my first week in Korea because I didn't know the meaning of this word. So it's yes, and you may be surprised to hear this, as unlike most other countries in the world, it's 네. It starts with an N. That's right. 네. Which is not no. It's yes.
That's true. No, yeah, it's not no, it's yes.
Everybody thinks it means no.
That's true.
No. And they don't even shake their heads. They're just like 네. So you're like, does that mean yes or does that mean no?
What are you trying to say there? Are you trying to say yes or are you trying to say no?
It's confusing. My first week here, I was waiting for a bus, and every bus driver I asked, I was like, are you going to Gumcheon? Are you going to Gumcheon? He was like, 네. So I just waited there for ages, like waiting for a bus. Like every single bus passed, and in the end, I asked a woman, "Is there any buses going to Gumcheon?" All buses go to Gumcheon. I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah, my sister just came during the summer, and of course she didn't speak a word of Korean. So I came home from work one day, and she's like, "Shauna, does 네 mean no?" I was like, No,
it means yes.
No, actually it means yes. So sorry about that.
So there you go. 네. That's yes, not no.
네. And you can I use this all the time.
Yeah, 네.
You don't know what they're talking about. 네.
Whenever I call for a taxi and they like start talking in Korean, probably about when to come and where they're gonna come in, I'm like 네. Always, yeah, just 네. And then they think you're so knowledgeable. They think you know so much. Even when my sister was here visiting, and I was kind of fighting with the taxi driver over the price in like really basic Korean. And I was like, 아니요. She was like, whoa, my sister's speaking a different language. What's happening?
Yeah, wow.
네. Okay, so obviously the opposite of nay is no. No.
It's
No.
It's Conglish.
Conglish. Anio.
Anio.
That's no. And it's pretty similar. Anio. No. They're a little bit similar.
Anio.
So once you know it, it's not that difficult to remember.
Ne, anio.
So I think the basics we've taught you so far, I hope you're remembering, because these are pretty simple.
Chal kiokaseo means remember it well.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Chal kiok is remember, and haseo is like a polite way to say remember it well.
Chal
kiokaseo, remember it well.
Right.
Okay,
moving on swiftly. I'm not a very good teacher, apparently. Okay, this is one you will use every day. I guarantee you. It's thank you, and they use it all the time. Again, with the bow, it would be nice. Put in the bow there. Put in the bow.
And say yanpajuseo.
Yanpajuseo.
Will we tell them?
We'll come to that in a while.
Okay, no, we won't tell you. Just remember.
Yanpajuseo. It's the number one phrase, really. You need to know.
We should have put that at the top of the video. We should have put that.
Yeah, that's next. That's next.
Next, right.
Okay, so thank you is gamsa hapnida.
Kamsahamnida.
Gamsa hamnida. God, I've been saying it wrong. Oh my goodness.
For all this time.
I've been saying it wrong. Gamsa hamnida. Oh my God, I actually have been saying it wrong.
Disgraced expats in Korea, really.
So gamsa hamnida.
Kamsahamnida.
Gamsamnida.
And bow.
Gamsamnida.
It's like an automatic
You can't say it without bowing.
Just bow.
Like
Kamsahamnida.
Gamsamnida. Even when I got home to Ireland the last time and I was going through immigration and I gave him my passport and he gave it back and I was like Gamsamnida.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
And another good thing to remember is if you're taking something from somebody, you should take it with two hands.
Oh,
it's very polite.
And if you're giving something, often I would, if I'm giving my card or something.
Yeah, you
like
should do this. They do this random thing, but you could also just give it to them with two hands. Two hands is like very polite.
Okay.
Like even in I teach in a kindergarten, so when at the end of the class, when the children are cleaning up their books, if they just hand it to me like with one hand,
it's not.
They freak
disrespectful.
out. It's so disrespectful.
Really? Okay.
Their assistant, the classroom assistant, freaks out.
Wow.
She's just like, do sonoro, do juseo. Give it to her with two hands. Two hands all the time. Two hands.
Okay, so gamsa hamnida with two hands. Here we go.
Or take it. Hopefully they'll give you something nice.
You can see it written in Korean. Hopefully you
Look
can
at
see that. There you go.
Ages to write that.
Gamsa hamnida. Not gamsa hamnida.
and look here, I wrote you a little note that says, thank you very gamsa. You get it? Because this is gamsa hamnida, but there is a gag concert. You know gag concert?
No.
Okay, well, seemingly there's a guy who does gag concert, and his catchphrase is, thank you very gamsa. So any Korean, if you say it to any Korean, they're just like, oh, you're so funny.
Thank you very gamsa.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, there you go. Remember that.
So
be cool with the Koreans. Remember this.
Remember that. Chal kiokaseo. Remember it well.
Okay, the next one we have to teach you before I continue
That's
is
right.
yanpajuseo.
Yanpajuseo.
It's just, you have to know it.
It's technically the only phrase.
It's the only phrase you need to know in Korea. Just go around saying it every time you go out for dinner. It's just the number one phrase.
Yanpajuseo.
Yanpajuseo. Do we even need to
don't even order anything else. Just
nothing.
Yanpajuseo.
More yampa. You're sorted. Yampa.
Yampa. What does it mean? We might as well tell them.
Okay, it means onions, please. More onions, please. Which, okay, given now it sounds silly, but when you go for galbi dinner, which is like the most delicious, amazing meal,
Korean barbecue,
right? Amazing. And they give you the onions and this amazing, what is that sauce?
I asked somebody about that once. I think it's soy sauce with vinegar.
Vinegar, yeah. There's definitely vinegar in there. It
Tastes
kind of like balsamic dressing, almost.
It's so good.
And the onions are soaked in this amazing dressing. While the meat is cooking, you're just eating the onions, eating the onions.
Side dishes.
And within 5 minutes, you have to order more onions.
That's right.
Yanpajuseo.
They might as well bring the whole farm.
They may as well just bring buckets of onions because the rate we get through them, it's
serious.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So
but
remember
that. Yanpajuseo.
Yangpa being the onion, and the juseo means
bring me please, sort of.
Give it to me please.
Give it to me. Yeah. Give me the onions now.
You could try that approach.
Yeah. I don't know if they would bring them,
but sure.
But maybe they would. I have to say the next one, Shauna, is all yours.
It's all mine.
It's all yours.
Here we go. Just so you know how we came up with these phrases, we put it on our Facebook pages and our Facebook followers decided for themselves, right? So one of my friends came up with this as a top
10 originally, yeah.
Top 10 phrase. Here it is. Gaka juseo.
Gaka juseo.
Gaka juseo. And this was, when I came to Korea, one of my first phrases that I learned, because when you go to a market or something and you're clearly foreign, there's a foreign price and then there's the real price that they give Koreans. So they always up their price for you. So you should remember how to say gaka juseo.
Yeah.
Okay, but
get the discount.
actually I've got a really funny story about this. So back in my first year, which is 4 years ago now, I was walking home from school one day and decided that I needed some fruit for the weekend or whatever. So I went into this kind of independent fruit store on the way home and I picked up a pineapple and I thought, looks delicious, I'm gonna bring it home. But I didn't have a sharp knife to cut it in my apartment.
Yeah.
So I went to the guy and I said, "Igo 얼마예요? How much is this? Igo 얼마예요?" And that was my only phrase at the time, actually. And he said, 7,000원, which is 7,000 won. So I said, okay, cut it. And I even made the cutting gesture so he would know what I was talking about. And he said, okay, 5,000 won. So I was
straight away, discount.
Discount. So I said, oh, okay. And I had to go home with the entire pineapple and spend
But no knife.
Yeah, with no knife. So I had to get that extra 2,001 that I saved and use it to buy a knife.
So they're probably pretty big into discounts here. They do discounts.
But not at a store where the price is set.
Yeah, but then you might get service. You might get some
service.
free things. Like you always, every time I go to Face Shop and buy like moisturizer, even just face wipes, they always give me tiny little samples for free.
And it's amazing service.
They're pretty good, yeah. Service.
We just lost it.
We lost one.
Okay,